guys, it's been a few months since we did an update on the garden. I just wanted to do a checkup on the pepper bed, the tomato and pepper bed. The background you guys can see that our lettuce and spinach bed that we did in the spring is all done. We actually cleared that out about a month and a half ago, and then a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks ago, we replanted and are getting ready for the fall. In the back, we've got the 2 Egyptian spinach that are doing great in the St. Louis heat and humidity, and we're going to keep those through fall, and then maybe plant in some more radishes and what else do we have there, Will? Radishes and beets that did great this spring. My son Will is here tonight. He's going to help us out, and the update that we're going to do is we'll focus on just the pepper side of our bed. The tomatoes did great early on, but we had literally a month of rain, nonstop rain, and all of the tomato plants ended up with this blight, which I know a lot of tomato plants over summer will end up with some kind of a blight anyways. And what I've done is cut back the leaves as much as possible just to get the remaining fruit to ripen up. And I think we're at the tail end of the tomato harvest here in August in St. Louis. So I'll probably give these maybe another week, and then I'm going to pull those out. But the peppers are going great, and I wanted to focus this episode on our jalapenos, which we've got 4 jalapeno plants here in the middle. And they've been probably the best producers in this bed this year. We've probably harvested probably twice now for jalapeno poppers, in addition to maybe like 1 or 2 here and there when we're making dinner. But we've come out for the 2 times that we've done poppers and harvested probably 20 to 30 at a time. But I'm going to get the camera, we're going to go on real close, and I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to do to get these ready to perhaps extend the growing season on there in here, and to get more peppers for the fall. And it's a trick that I actually got from Ray over at the Praxis channel, and I'm going to try that this year just to see how it goes. So come down and let's take a look a little bit closer. Okay guys, so here's a closer look at the tomato and pepper bed, and again we're going to focus in on the jalapenos, which are doing great. They're the 4 plants that we got out of a 6-pack this spring. I planted 4, and you can see, we'll take a look at this one here. I mean, it is loaded with jalapenos, nice size jalapenos. And this particular plant here probably has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 here on top. I mean, we probably have 20 or more peppers that are great, and we just took out 20 or 30 of them out of the 4 plants last week for poppers, so we can't really keep up with them. But as a big fan of Ray over on the Praxis channel, he had an episode where he was talking about the jalapenos, where you can leave them on the plant where they'll ripen up and the flavors get a little more complex and they'll turn red. But obviously the longer you leave the jalapenos on there, as with any of the other peppers, all of the energy from the plant is going towards making the fruit. And if we want to try to have a second big harvest in the fall with peppers, he said to go ahead and to take off the peppers, and then the plant will start to flower again, and we'll have a whole nother thing of jalapenos to harvest maybe in a month or 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that method this summer, and I'm going to kind of stagnate, or I'm going to kind of do it where I'll do 1 plant. We're going to clear this plant here today. I'm going to have my son Will get the scissors and the colander. Will, can you go get those for us? And I'm going to have him go through on this plant here and to take off all of the big jalapenos. And we'll do it this week for this one, and then each alternating week we'll come in next week and we'll do this plant. We'll take off all the jalapenos on there, and hopefully we'll get some more of these flowers. You guys can kind of see the flowers, which is where the peppers will come from. And we'll do that each successive week, and then by next month, hopefully, we'll have all of the peppers gone, but we'll have each of them with new flowers, and hopefully develop some more jalapenos for us to harvest in the fall. But like I said, we've done poppers. We've harvested 1 or 2 here and there for salsa, which has been fantastic. So I highly recommend, if anybody's living in the St. Louis area like we are in the Midwest, the high heat, the jalapenos have done fantastic. So Will, if you can, why don't you go through and you see all of the big peppers. Let's go ahead and cut them all off and put them in there, and let's see how many we do get off of this plant here. We're going to take all of these off. Leave the real tiny ones. You see those tiny ones there? Let's leave those on, but everything else, that size and the medium, let's go ahead and take those off. And while Will is doing that, I'm going to let you guys take a look here at our, you guys can tell what these are. These are the Carolina Reapers. Look at these. They look fantastic. And I probably have, shoot, it probably looks like there's at least 20 Carolina Reapers on here. There's one that's just about turning red there. Will actually found one today after last night's rainstorm that we had. The one red one that was ready to go, it had fallen into the soil here, so he picked it up and brought it in. And as soon as I heard him say that he had it in his hand, I kind of freaked out because I wasn't sure if we could touch it with our hands or not. I'm touching these now, and I think for the most part we're okay. I mean, these just look wicked. Look at that. That little stinger there on the bottom. And I believe the guy who developed these, was it a mix between a scorpion and a habanero? But whatever that is, I think these look pretty cool. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those. Maybe we'll make a Carolina Reaper salsa, but or maybe we'll have a food challenge and I'll video that. But that'll be for another episode. So I'm going to have Will continue. Why don't you go ahead and finish off on this plant here. Let's clear all of the jalapenos out up on this one here, and hopefully that'll spur the plant to flower, and we'll get a whole bunch of other ones to come. So the only other thing that we've done really in this garden bed as far as the feeding, we've had so much water, like I said, we do a monthly feeding of the fish emulsion and a little bit of the seaweed extract, and we do a little bit of the tomato tone. Is it the Epsoma company that makes it? And I was using those for the tomatoes, and those are really good for the peppers as well, so I do a monthly thing of that as well. But each week we'll probably come in and we'll do a little bit of the compost tea extraction, which is from our compost bin. And we just kind of take a big handful of compost, put it into, I'll show you this here. We'll put it into this trash can here, stir it up, and extract all those nutrients, and then we just kind of pour it onto each plant, and they love it. So we're going to finish up here, and hopefully next week we'll have another video. We'll update you on what we're going to do with the tomatoes, and kind of go from there. So we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot.